Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while. It's kind of like a little bit of a story time kind of a type of video, and to kind of reflect on the past and so I can see where I want to go in the future. And it just so happens that I wanted to examine where I've been losing money with some of these projects and try and figure out why. And I can tell you up and down that there's all kinds of things in hindsight that I could be doing differently to help me stop losing money. So a lot of this kind of started maybe back around the October time frame. It was about the time that I ended up selling a good bit of my crypto in order to help us buy our house. And it was shortly after moving into the house we got COVID. And while I was in with that, I was taking a look at miscellaneous YouTube videos, and individuals were talking about Wonderland. So I was thinking, I'd rather have the $2 grand that I had left laying around in Ada, Cardano, and put it to work for me basically. And when I heard about Wonderland and the rebases every 8 hours, I was like, all right, let's stick a couple bucks in there and see what happens. And this was my first experience with DeFi. So I went ahead and watched the video on how to move from Exchange to the MetaMask onto Avalanche, and then get some time, put it in here, and stake it. Well, it worked out great. I liked it. I liked what I was doing. And so what I ended up doing is sticking a little bit more, maybe like another total of about 500 into this particular project, and was really thrilled with it, and was doing my own little miscellaneous calculations on how much I'll make after 30 days, so on and so forth, after so many different rebases. However, you know, I was getting too excited about this going into November, and I was thinking, this is going good. I still got about 1,500 in the whole ADA thing, and I was thinking about, I was starting to see more and more videos about this J project. So then I was like, all right, well, Wonderland is doing really good. A lot of people are into Wonderland. Um, how about Jade? It's doing a little bit more in the whole APY realm. And I was thinking, all right, so I put some money into the whole Jade, and it was definitely doing really good with all that money up in there. But, over the course of time, you can kind of slowly see it decline, decline, decline. And then it was kind of like, I ended up pulling out some money, but not a lot. And it was just looking kind of bad, and I was kind of regretting not sticking the money in Wonderland and just leaving it alone. But no, so at some point in time, maybe around end of November, about this time, I was hearing more about strong blocks, and I was thinking, oh, how wonderful that might be. I'm not 100% sure what the price was, but like at the time I was looking into this, it was right around 8 grand to get into it. And I'm like, fuck, I don't have no 8 grand. And, it's hard to get into something when you need 10 strong just to start this thing going. So I was thinking, damn, as much as I would like to get into this, $800 a coin, 8 grand just to try and get into this, it's not going to happen. So that's about the time I heard about Ring, got into thinking, oh man, I would love to get into this. It's cheaper, smaller, this, that, and the other. Oh man, there was so many videos out there about Ring, Ring, Ring. And it's like, okay, maybe I can get some money together. I had two helium hotspot miners that I purchased back in March and did not arrive until around October. And I was playing around with them for about 30 days, trying to see about getting the whole helium mining going. But in my neck of the woods, it wasn't really flowing because of all the different places. We were just too spread out, basically. I wasn't in any city, it was just too close to the beach. Just and a lot of old people, I guess, I don't know, who don't know nothing about no crypto. So I ended up selling them, having bought each one for about 350 up to about 425. Sold both of them together for about 1800, and the individual who purchased them actually rolled up in a Tesla, was into crypto, and was raving about strong blocks, and told me, yeah, I probably would not get into ring. And I was like, fuck, I should have listened. But I had the 1800. I knew I would need like 1500 to try and get one of their nodes going at the time. So I got the cash into the exchange. Took a little bit of time to get it into my MetaMask and onto one of the swap sites in order to pick up some ring, buy the node, this, that, and the other. And I was thinking, great. And I actually scrounged up a little bit more money from a little bit of side work that I was doing, and then was able to actually buy a couple of smaller nodes first, because they were doing some kind of special where it was like half off. That should have been a red flag right there for sure, but no, I was not paying attention. Thinking about it in hindsight, I definitely think that the individuals involved in this were trying to grab as much money as they could toward the end before they jumped ship, which is why all that half price crap was going on. And that was very, very frustrating. And I was like hoping that it might come back. But, it has not. It's still actually producing ring, except you can't cash them out. And it's just not going anywhere. But that's easily a lot of over $2,000 that I lost out on that. And then I was kind of right around the November time frame, toward the end of November, maybe beginning of December, when I was thinking about. I heard about this particular project either on Twitter or something, and when I went in the Discord, they talked about the whole whitelist thing, and I'm like, I've never been on the whitelist for anything. Let's see what this is all about. And from what I can see, all the different people that were involved into it had been in crypto for a while, and they themselves were on the whitelist. So I was thinking, great, I'm on the whitelist. They're on the whitelist. A minimum to put in would be $200 just to get into this particular project. I was able to scrounge up between all my different projects, $200, and then whitelist happened, and then sucked the money in, and I actually had an extra $200 that I actually stuck into this for a total of 400. And it's like, all right, this has got to kick off, but everything was dying right around this time. This DAO, all the other DAOs were just slowly sinking. So it was like very, very frustrating because finally got on a whitelist of anything, and now it's sinking. Well, this particular project, along with like Vortex, I only stuck like 50, $100 in something like this just to see what it does. Same thing with the whole Parrot DAO thing, and all in all, was just really dumb. Things I should not have spent money on, and I regret doing it. However, I chalk it up as a good lesson, and it's also taught me to, that I can easily make more money as I go along, but to maybe do it the next time a little bit better. So, uh, about the time I was losing money on the Wheeling DAO and the Vortex DAO, I kept saying to myself, I should have just stuck the money in Wonderland and kept it there. But as it turns out, this thing too feels like a really sinking ship, and it's very frustrating because this was a good looking project, a lot of good people that you can see, and this, that, and the other. And it's just a shame that this one has to go anywhere. Wonderland should be sticking around, and I kind of hope it does. But even if it doesn't, it was also a learning experience. I still have high hopes for the um, strong, but still unaffordable ish. I like the idea of the Thor nodes, but once again, I need to come up with about $500 in order to make that happen, just to get one little Thor node. And I like what a lot of these other people have as far as strategies go, as far as the purchasing of certain nodes, um, pertaining to Strong and Thor anyway. But all in all, some of the things that I should have learned was, if they're as anonymous as they are, I mean, it's one thing if you can get in, then get out, but don't stick into it. And the second that you can pull your money out, say if you stuck $100 in there and it jumps up to 200, take your 100 and roll. Let the other stuff stay. I should have learned that lesson a long time ago. Same thing with all the people being anonymous. It's just, easily for them to get the hell out. When you look at the whole tokenomics of a particular project, you have to ask yourself, is this sustainable in the long run? And it's really hard to figure that one out. You can watch a lot of different videos, you can read the white papers all you want, but you won't always know if it's sustainable in the long run. Take Thor, for example. They started off with the rewards of a particular level, and now they're decreasing the rewards. They're also taking a page out of Strongblock's um, book and charging like a monthly fee on that. In both of those cases, it's taking the rewards, shrinking them down, but it's a good thing for the overall health of the particular project. But not everybody sees that, and I did not see it at the time. And so that's why certain projects like that are good, and why these other, let's get all into the high APY. If it has high APY, it's not always the best thing. That's why probably why the whole Trip network is doing so good with the whole 1% um, ROI APR. That's definitely doing a whole lot better in the grand scheme of things. So high APYs, just stay away from them, or at least look at them very, very strongly. And of course, I got to learn what it was like to, interact with what they call one of these honeypot top coins. And that was an interesting experience where you have stuff that is just brand new coin that came out, and it looked like it might be real, but in fact, it is actually fake. Somebody just took the code from another particular coin token thing, made it their own, put little code in there saying that you can buy this stuff all you want, put your money into it, but you ain't getting it out. I was like fiddling around, like, well, let's see what $20 can do. And sure enough, I could see it went in, it doubled the money, but I couldn't pull it out. It's because something was up in the code. And then when I watched it throughout the course of several hours, I saw all these people putting in the money, and very, very little was coming back out. And then, sure enough, toward the end, you can see all the money just get taken right out into another particular wallet. So it's like, damn, watch out for these goofy things. So whatever you're doing, these are pretty good resources on the side too. Where they talk about the coin. So I don't. Oh, here it is, the token sniffer. Don't fall for this crap either. So it's probably just going to take your money. So all in all, if you're doing anything with the DeFi realm, if you are investing in any of this crypto, just be careful you don't get wrecked, and also put it in perspective. Just do a little bit at a time. I've watched some videos where individuals lose like $600,000 in particular a couple days on a particular coin. And it's like, that is crazy. Or people losing $1 million, and God forbid you lose a lot, you think it's the end of the world. It's not. So what little bit of money that I've lost, a couple thousand, it's all been a learning experience and nothing compared to what some of these other people have made and lost. So it's gonna happen. Don't be afraid of it. That's my little story. I hope it wasn't too much of a ramble. I just wanted to try and bring all my thoughts together for this particular video, just so I can maybe look back at it, down the road and see what I did wrong, and maybe share my experience with others too on what not to do. And feel free to laugh at me in the comments all you want, and and subscribe if you like too. I stick miscellaneous links down in the description, and those are just some of the links that I'm trying to pull together for like Twitter um, or Twitch links, this, that, and the other. So if you feel like checking those out, they're down in the description below. And without a doubt, thank you for listening. This is all just one nice educational situation for myself. So with that being said, you kids stay safe out there, and I look forward to chatting with you again in the near future.